Welcome to Let's Do Yoga with Joanne, and I'm Joanne. You'll see I have a second chair here. It's not for my invisible friend. It's because we'll be doing a mandala, and a mandala is like a circle. So like the circle of life, new beginning, it's got all kinds of meanings, but it really means that in our standing flow, we start facing one direction and do a series of poses to end in the other direction. And then we come back through to end, where we began. In this case, we begin in the center, go to the right, go to the left, end in the center. So we'll be doing that in our standing flow. And a reminder, if I'm ever doing a pose and you're looking at the pose going, that is not something my body can do, then just wait for us to get to the next pose, or maybe something is causing pain and you need to modify it or back out of it. We all have different stuff going on, so you make sure you take care of yourself first and then follow what I'm doing second. All right, let's begin with a breathing exercise. Seniors tend to breathe a bit shallow, so we want to exercise those lungs so they're good and healthy, and then a respiratory ailment that might be going around is not going to take us down. All right, I'm going to, on the inhale, I'm going to make a circle, but on the inhale is when I do the top, like the rainbow, and on the exhale is when I'm going to do the bottom, like the letter U. So first of all, I'm going to get those shoulders over those hips and open up the front of my torso so I can feel it full of air. And then I'm just going to start by looking to the left, just making sure that that feels okay. When I make the circle, I'm going to make a small one to begin. So on the inhale, make it nice and slow. Inhale, super slow, bringing your chin in a bit of an arch in front, not too far back with the neck, over to the right-hand side. And then on the exhale, I'm going to take that and make it into the letter U, stretching out the back of my neck, tucking my chin into my chest, and coming over to the left-hand side. Next inhale is going to be more of a medium-sized arch over to the right-hand side. So right-hand side, you just want to hesitate and hold a little bit. And then exhale, tucking that chin down into the chest, coming over to the left shoulder. I know left and right looks opposite to you on the camera. Inhale, take that medium arch again. Don't go to the large arch. It just overextends the neck. Over to the right-hand side. And then exhale, tucking the chin, and hold that tuck, and then looking up and taking an inhale, taking a breath in. Okay, I want to bring my arms to my sides so that my hands and elbows are in line with the hips. Actually, I'm going to move just a little bit forward in my chair so I can have a little more movement. If you sit too far back, you don't get as much movement. And inhale, bringing those arms all the way up over my head. Now, those of you with real serious shoulder arthritis, if you're kind of starting out, you might only be able to go here or even here, which is where I started out with this shoulder, and I can now bring it all the way up. Okay, so inhale. On the exhale, just take a lean to the side. You're opening up the ribs on the left. Osteoarthritis in the spine, people, you might want to instead circle the left wrist and pull to the diagonal, stretching those ribs. If you're okay, you don't have osteoarthritis of the spine, you can come to the side. Inhale up, exhale, choose whichever way you're going, to the side. Inhale up. I want to bring my torso to the right, and then bring those arms all the way down to the right. Okay, so I've got a bit of a torso twist happening. And then inhale up. I'm going to bring that torso to the left, lower those arms to the left, so it's a real shoulder workout. And then inhale, coming back up. Exhale, open up. And we start again. This time it'll be to the breath. Now you know what you're doing. Inhale up. Exhale, right bend. Inhale up. Exhale, left bend. Inhale up. Exhale, right twist. Inhale up. Exhale, left twist. Inhale up. Exhale, go post or chest opener. And just hold that. Maybe inhale while you're here. And exhale. And then we'll do that whole sequence one more time. So inhale up. Exhale, right bend. Inhale up. Exhale, left bend. Inhale up. Exhale, torso turns to the right, the arms lower. Inhale up. Exhale, torso turns to the left, the arms lower. Inhale up. Exhale into that chest opener, even open those arms. Really, really, really bring those arms back, trying to get some room in that chest. And relax. Okay, let's begin our standing mandala. So you want one chair facing, the seat facing you on one side of this mandala, and then the other chair facing you. And you don't need a whole lot of space between, because you're going to be doing a warrior one this way and you want to be able to do it that way, okay? So I'm in the middle of these two chairs. You may have to like quickly do an adjustment once you're in. So taking the time to run into the kitchen and grab another chair. And we're going to begin in what's called star. So my feet come wide apart. I want to make sure that the ankles, knees, hips, shoulders are all in a line. Once again, you got to lift those arms up. But in this case, it doesn't matter if they're reaching out here or here or here. You just take it to the point where your arthritis is really getting nasty, and then back off a bit, okay? So I know for a fact that you can get your arthritis to be in a better place than it is right now. So you just have to work at it, but you don't ever have to be in severe pain. All right, so star, I'm gonna pretend there's a bungee cord pulling on both of those wrists, both of those ankles, until I feel a real space in my ribs, and I can tell that my vertebrae have space between each one of them. And inhale. For the exhale, you want to have those heels turn in, the toes turn out, and you're going to bend those knees and come to wherever you can get to in goddess, with the butt reaching more towards the back than that the knees bend forward, okay? So more towards the back if you can, all right? Coming into a goddess, that will be your exhale, and we'll just kind of hold that for a little bit while we're here. Not easy to do. I immediately want to come into warrior one. So I'm going to kind of come out of that. I'm going to turn to the right. So my right foot has to pivot facing forward. My left foot has to pivot at a 45-degree. And I want to wiggle them apart a little bit like you're on a railroad track. So you want to take the time to do that. Okay, so my right knee is bent and forward towards the front of this chair. I want my hips parallel with the chair, so I have to bring that right hip back and the left hip forward. And you can use your hands to do that, or maybe you can just do that. The back leg is as straight as you can make it. Now, having said that, sometimes your lower back talks to you, and so then you have to bend that back leg, and that's fine. My arms are straight forward. I'm going to inhale up and exhale forward. Inhale up and exhale forward. Inhale up and exhale forward. I'm going to come directly into pyramid so that front leg straightens and I reach for the chair, keeping that right hip back and the left hip forward, which might be enough of a stretch in that front leg, but if it's not, then inhale looking forward. On the exhale, just bend those elbows until the front leg is just about ready to yell. And then inhale looking forward, straightening the elbows. Exhale, bend the elbows a little bit. Keep that right hip back. Inhale, straighten the elbows. And then exhale, bending the elbows a little bit. On the inhale, you're going to straighten up. Your feet are still wide, okay? And on the exhale, you want to reach to the right. So it kind of looks like this. I might even come on my tippy toes. I might even, use that left hand to balance. And then on the inhale, I come forward. On the exhale, I reach. Inhale, come forward. On the exhale, I'm going to reach. And then on the inhale, I'm going to come forward. I want to go in the other direction now. So we're going to start this mandala over to this other side. On the inhale, I'm forward. On the exhale, I'm going to reach. And again, I want to reach enough that I actually lift the heel of my right foot off. My left arm is reaching. My right heel is coming off. Inhale, forward. Exhale, reach. Inhale, forward. And exhale, reach. From here, I'm going to bring that left foot to face forward, and my right foot is going to come at a 45 degree, and I want to be at this, on these railroad tracks. I'm coming into pyramid. That's where I left off on the other side. So that's where I begin on this side. So I come into pyramid. First, get that right hip back and the left hip back and the right hip forward. Took me a second. And my hands to the chair. My elbows are straight. Inhale, looking forward. Exhale, bend those elbows a smidge. Inhale, looking forward. Exhale, bend those elbows a bit. Inhale, looking forward. Exhale, bending those elbows a little bit. While you're down here, go ahead and bend that left knee so that on the inhale, you can reach all the way up and the arms come all the way up. You are in warrior one. Make sure your hips are where they need to be. The left hip back, the right hip forward. Inhale. Exhale those arms forward. Inhale. Exhale those arms forward. Inhale. And exhale those arms forward. Now comes a big move. So you inhale the hands up. You widen those, straighten that left leg and the feet stay wide. The toes are out, the heels are in. On the exhale, you grab your goddess, bringing it all the way down. Inhale, take star. Exhale, take goddess. Inhale, take star. And exhale, take goddess. And you can come out of that. So a full mandala. We started in the facing the camera, or you were facing me. Then we did the right hand side, faced the camera for the reaches, did the left hand side, and faced the camera to end. So I'm going to move this chair out of here. And then, nope, still here. Really, I didn't leave to go for coffee. I just left the screen to move the chair. Okay, where is that going to be? About here is probably about best. And then we'll have a seat and just do a kind of a quick little bit of a cool down. I'm going to bring those hands onto my shoulders, keeping my shoulders in line with my hips, my elbows in line with my shoulders. And I just want to do a back roll. So to the back, nice and small, kind of moving those shoulders without the weight of that big long arm on them. And then medium. Sometimes it's a little easier with arthritis to shorten the lever. So if the arms were way out, it would be harder, but with them bent, it's not as bad. Go ahead and make it large. Touch the elbows in the front, lift the elbows to the ceiling, bring the elbows all the way back, feel your shoulder blades kiss together, bring those elbows towards the floor and your shoulder blades move down your spine. Once again, to the front, to the top, to the back, and down. Keeping those elbows down where they are, go ahead and bring those arms down. Okay, I want to bring my left hand to the outside of my right knee, and with my right hand, I'm just going to bring that right hand behind me on the chair. So my inhale, I'm looking to the side. My exhale, I'm going to try and look back. Inhale, look to the side. Exhale, see if you can look back. Inhale, look to the side. Exhale, look back. Inhale forward and do that on the other side. My right hand to the outside of my left knee, my left hand behind me. Inhale, I'm looking to the side. Exhale, back. Inhale to the side. Exhale, back. Inhale to the side. And exhale, back. Look forward, and I just want to do one cat-cow so I can stretch out my lower back. So first I'm leaning forward. I'm not going to drop my belly. I just want to lean forward to fill my lungs and inhale. On the exhale, I want to round that back, tuck my tailbone under, really feel the stretch in my back. And I'm just going to hold that. So go ahead and hold. Do your breathing on your own. Try and keep it slow. And then looking forward. So if you enjoyed that mandala, please, and laughing at me because I couldn't remember my left and right during the mandala, then please press like or share or subscribe so it gets out to more folks. Lean back in your chair, push yourself back in your chair, and just press that lower back right into the back of the chair. It feels good to do that. Hands rest lightly on your thighs. You always take a moment at the end for your body and your mind to process what you've done. So just close your eyes so you can allow that to happen. Nice deep inhale. Maybe you can see the air coming in through the top of your head. And your exhale, send that air over whatever part of your body is bothering you the most. Inhale again. Try and visualize it coming through the top of your head. You're warming it up and making it into a healing air. On your exhale, pass that healing air over whatever part of your body is bothering you. And let's just do that one more time. Inhale and exhale. Take the next 20 seconds to just focus on your breathing, nothing else. No grocery planning, no house cleaning planning, nothing. Just focusing on your breathing for 20 seconds starting now. And then slowly opening your eyes. You're ready for your day now. May your inner light shine for all to see. Namaste.